I'm Danny Darrow, and I'm sitting in for Josie Ann Show, Persons of Interest, coming to you from the MNN TV studios in New York City. We're on every other Tuesday night on FiOS, RCN, and Time Warner Cable at 6 p.m. And we're coming to you from the MNN TV studios. I don't know if I said that or not, but I'll say it again, in New York City. We stream all over the entire world, so please watch us. And if you are watching us, thank you very much for watching us. We have a lot of wonderful, interesting shows coming up. And today we have Rabbi Dr. Bernhard Rosenberg, and he's a Jewish scholar and a speaker, and he's the author of many, many books, and he was the Holocaust chairman of the New York Board of Rabbis, and he is an award winner of the Dr. Martin Luther King Medal of Humanitarianism. He is the Chaplain of the Year, and he has many, many numerous awards. And Rabbi Rosenberg, I want to thank you very much for being here on Josie Ann Show, Persons of Interest. And before we get into we're going to get into another show. We'll probably get into another show right after this show. So just keep watching. But we're going to talk about Trump. You want to talk about Trump, and let's hear all about your views and what you know about this mysterious Trump.
Sure. First of all, it's an honor to be on your show.
Oh, thank you.
It's a pleasure to introduce myself to this audience. I'm very much of an un-rabbi, like the uncola.
Okay.
So you will find me outspoken,
wonderful,
controversial, and a lot of fun.
Wonderful. That's what we have to have. We have to have a lot of fun. That's the whole idea.
I hope that you'll have me on, and that the listening audience is going to enjoy what we have.
Okay.
If you don't like what I have to say, it's your problem, because I'm not going to change, but it's going to be fun.
All right, and it's not going to be edited or anything like that.
Nope.
This is all what you hear. If we make a lot of mistakes, good. Okay.
So what's going on today in New York is in the New York Post.
Okay.
I'm sure you saw this. A nude picture of Trump's wife.
Okay.
And I found it extremely interesting. I would like to have been in the picture, but I wasn't. It's interesting that Mr. Trump likes to talk about everything, and we're going to talk about his problem with the Muslims and about this couple that today is on every talk show known to mankind, and crying and telling everybody what a horrible person Trump is. But with regard to the nude picture, he had no comment.
Well, the picture was taken, from what I heard, 3 years before he even met her or stuff like that.
But that he had no comment on.
Yeah, because she was a model. She's always been a model. So this is before he even knew her.
And she's absolutely gorgeous, and I'd love to see her all the time in the White House.
Okay.
With regard to the Muslim couple, he couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Yeah.
And I even wrote a letter to the editor, and an editorial was saying, for God's sake, you can't win this one.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to apologize, because Trump doesn't apologize.
Yeah.
I said, just stop it. Don't talk about these people.
Yeah, well, he had nothing to do with it in the first place. That was Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
Hillary Clinton, voted for the war. So I mean, these people should have went to Hillary Clinton and they should have said, listen, you're the one that pushed the war, and this is what happened to my child, and so on and so forth. I mean, he should have said, I'm very sorry that your child was murdered and everything else. But it wasn't up to me. It was up to Hillary Clinton. Talk to Hillary Clinton. I know nothing about it.
Exactly. So on every talk show this morning, I'll begin with Morning Joe, because I watch that all the time. They were on, and she was crying, and he was crying, and it was had the Constitution, and now they're sold out. It's $1 a piece.
Yeah.
I understand that they sold out. They made a mint in
selling copies of the Constitution.
That's correct.
Well, no one is really following the Constitution anymore. Most of the court judges are going by their own convictions. They're putting in all their own ideas. And they're not following the Constitution anymore.
So one of the things that we have to realize, talking about Trump, who's going to be on the Supreme Court? You see, that's going to make a big deal in this country. Do you want the liberals? Well, if you want the liberals, vote for Hillary Clinton. And if you want more of the conservatives and the right wing, vote for Trump. Now, how did I get involved with Rabbi for Trump, which is what I do?
Let's hear.
Well, it's interesting. I thought that of all the candidates he would be the one to, at the end, be the presidential candidate. Because I thought he was strong, and he's a billionaire, he knows business, and so I started this thing called Rabbi for Trump.
Yeah.
I can tell you nobody and his neighbor wanted to join.
Really?
I wanted to start something called Rabbis for Trump.
Yeah.
But no one wanted to join, so I changed it to Rabbi for Trump.
All right.
So then, years ago, I had run against Obama, and had a whole network of Rabbi 4, and of course Obama won, so I never liked Obama. So the end of the story was I started this, and I got international publicity out of it.
Oh, wonderful.
And after a while, I never had a meeting with Trump, and I was very upset that he said he was neutral on Israel. So I said, listen, unless you change your position on Israel, and unless I meet with one of your people, I'm stopping this Rabbi for Trump business, because all I'm doing is being attacked.
Yeah.
So once I announced that I was stopping it, that made international headlines.
Wow.
And they called me every name in the book.
Wow.
So all of a sudden I get a phone call that I should meet one of his supporters down at Trump. So I did, and all of a sudden now we talked about his becoming more pro-Israel. Ever since that meeting, I can tell you that he has become 100% for Israel. I'm not taking credit for it, but I can tell you his whole stance changed. And I can also tell you that at AIPAC, his position changed, and I can also tell you that unlike lying Hillary, who kissed Arafat's wife, this guy says he's going to be pro-Israel 100%. Do I believe him? I don't believe any politician.
Yeah.
But at least that's what he's saying.
Wow.
Now the issue with the, let's go into the Muslim thing.
Okay, yeah,
today.
go into that. I want to hear that too.
Well, once upon a time, I was actually helping the Muslims and the blacks and the Indians and everybody in his neighborhood. And that's how I got the humanitarian award.
Oh, how wonderful.
In fact, I ran a rally called Stop the Hate. And it was basically to stop the hate against Muslims. Okay. And I did that. And I went to all their dinners. I brought my kosher food. And I did all the invocations long before these liberal rabbis were doing it.
Yeah.
And because no one was stupid enough but me to do it, so they didn't even show up. Now they're showing up.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm doing all this, and I'm sacrificing my time and my energy, and people are calling me all sorts of names in those days for doing it.
Yeah.
And then we have a Holocaust program. An interfaith Holocaust program.
Okay.
And I was the chairman of this forever. And the Muslim imams decided that at the end of the program where we had Hatikvah, they would take their tuchas, their ass, and leave before the Hatikvah. Now, that bothered me. To show your tuchas to the singing of Hatikvah really irritated me. So I made a whole issue out of that. And they said, okay, we'll change it the following year. How did they change it? They gave notice to the interfaith group that they were leaving 10 minutes before the Hatikvah. That was more, honorable. I said, no, I'm done. I'm done with this whole group, and I'm finished. You don't walk out on the Hatikvah, and you don't do it at an interfaith Holocaust program. So I learned a lesson.
Okay.
They're going to use you. Spit you out, and then when you need to, they're not going to be there for you. So that's the end of the story with that. And with regard to this gentleman and his wife, it's a bunch of baloney. He's being used by the Democrats.
I'm sure he is.
He's a Hillary plant.
That's right. I'm sure he is.
He works for the Muslim Brotherhood. He is an immigration attorney. Can you imagine how much money this guy must be worth?
All right.
Immigration attorney. And she says, listen to this nonsense, that in the Muslim religion, the women are equal. I mean, okay, let's go to Saudi Arabia and see how equal they are. You can't even drive a car. I mean, who's kidding? What a bunch of lies. So, and everyone's buying this. The liberals are eating this up like there's no tomorrow. So, I contacted the Trump campaign. I said, listen, we're both in show business. I said, you can't compete with animals and you can't compete with young children on a show. Don't do it. And he hasn't learned, so he keeps attacking them. And they keep crying, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that to me. So that's how I got involved with Rabbi for Trump. What I think of him, I've never met him. Still haven't had that meeting. I wish he stopped talking about himself. Because, we've already heard he's a billionaire. He's going to solve everything. The only thing that Hillary said that made any sense to me was the we. We as a country will make changes. But You know, it was Hillary who voted for us to go back into the war.
Yeah.
It wasn't Trump.
Yeah.
Does Trump have a plan? I don't know. Does Hillary have a plan? Everything she says, including all the email information, is a bunch of lies.
Yeah.
Can you trust her?
Yeah.
I can't. And
No,
look,
you can't. No.
look at their Israel platform.
Yeah.
Look who was on it.
Yeah.
Every Palestinian lover
Yeah.
was on it.
Oh,
all the anti-Semites were part of the platform.
Okay.
This is who you Jews are going to vote for?
Okay.
This is horrible.
Yeah. it is
So,
horrible. Yeah.
I'm still working very hard for Mr. Trump.
Yeah. Good.
And for those who want to call him a Nazi, I defend him.
Well,
he's not a
yeah.
Nazi.
He's not a Nazi.
He's not a
Absolutely
bigot.
No, he's not.
But
He's
I
not.
wish sometimes he'd be more presidential.
Yeah, so do I. You know, there's shows on the internet. There's a show called The Clinton Conspiracy. And anyone that wants to see this show, you will really learn about the Clintons. There's sworn testimonies about all the wrongdoings, all the bad things that they did. They're all sworn testimonies, all about the alleged murders that they committed, all about the alleged crimes that they did, allegedly aiding in smuggling drugs in Arkansas and everything else. It's all in the Clinton conspiracy. You make up your own minds. It may be true. It may not be true. It's strictly your decision to make. But also, you know, Hillary Clinton, they also sold arms to our enemies. The Clintons also allegedly sold a secret information to our enemies. They got in their foundations many dollars, and allegedly they also gave Obama $1,200,000. There's rumors about that too. Whether you believe it or not, I think it may be factual. It may not be factual, but I think that, in my opinion, we need a different administration. We really need someone that is a businessman, that is not going to be running the country for their own personal gain. We need somebody that's going to go out there and that's going to fight for the people of the United States of America, because we just don't have it. We never had it in the last 8 years, and maybe we can change the world around, and maybe if he does get elected, if Trump does get elected. And if he really maybe he'll run the country like he runs his business, and he'll be very successful in a successful way. And maybe that'll be wonderful for us. Maybe he'll turn the world around. But in my opinion, I really can't see a Clinton doing that at all. I can't see it.
From a Jewish point of view, this is what I predict.
Okay.
70 to 80% of the Jewish people are going to vote for Clinton.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, that's what I predict.
Okay.
I predict that if Mr. Trump can learn to keep his mouth shut,
that's right. Yeah.
He will become president.
Yeah.
But if not, he won't.
Well, he's very brash. He's very opinionated. And I think if he only had a little more humility, I think it would help him a great deal. I think that every time he opens his mouth, he does make a lot of mistakes. And if he could be a little more humble, I think it would help him a great deal, and I think it would win over a lot of people like that.
But I do want to share with the audience that, at least to me, and that's why I got involved, and that's why I'm continuing, Israel is what it's all about. Now, of course, America is important. I'm a citizen of America. By the way, I was a refugee, and we'll talk about that.
And your mother and father were in the Holocaust.
That's right.
I remember that. But we'll talk about that on the next show.
We'll talk about that in the next show.
Okay.
So you can't have this Muslim and his wife. I have nothing against Muslims. I love all people.
Yeah.
Okay? But come on. The guy's a con, and he was put up to this by the Clintons.
Well, his last name is Khan.
Yeah, well, he's a con. And, I not only have I read the Constitution, but I had to take an exam to become a citizen. So I've been through all this show. What I can say with Mr. Trump, please, for God's sake,
behave yourself.
Behave yourself. because otherwise it's just not going to happen. And get off this thing with the two of them.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, you can keep your mouth shut about your wife being in nude photographs, but you can't keep your mouth shut about this. One more interesting little story. I made the New York Post, but nobody knows about it.
Oh my God, tell me about
Actually, front page.
Oh, I want to hear that. Let me hear that.
And nobody seems to know about it. Nobody's seen it. Everyone's deaf, blind, and I don't know what else. A couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine from Facebook, also a child of Holocaust survivors, they all turned to me, went to a Mexican restaurant in upstate New York, and she was wearing a hat that had to do with Trump, and they threw her out of the restaurant.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what you didn't see was my comment at the end of the story in the New York Post.
I didn't see it.
Because she called me to call in the story. And I called in the story, and they quoted me at the end. But something went awfully wrong. And I want everyone to understand this. I actually called the owner of the restaurant. I said, listen, I don't want to get into what really happened. I don't know. I don't care. It's not my business. Okay, I'm not going to eat there. I keep kosher. But they were getting emails from the neo-Nazis, from the Ku Klux Klan, from the white supremacists. I said, this I'm not going to stand for.
Oh, wow.
So I put out a message through the internet and the newspapers. Listen, guys, you know, I don't know if they did or they didn't. It's not my business. You know, I don't eat Mexican food. I don't need the indigestion. It's not up to me. But listen, I don't like these emails. So, yes, that was another thing that happened. And it seems like every day with Trump, it's a new story.
Yeah, isn't that something? Well, he has to learn how to behave himself. That's what he has to do.
It's like turning into a drama show. Every day, the days of Trump.
Yeah. But the thing, he gets the most publicity out of this whole election, and the thing is, a lot of the publicity he gets for free. Because, I mean, Trump, it's all over the whole
Have you noticed she doesn't have press conferences? He had one today.
Yeah.
He has them every day.
Yeah.
And she never has any because she can't tell the truth.
Yeah,
so if you can't tell the truth, you got a problem. By the way, you don't know this one.
Okay, let me hear
Talking about Jewish values.
Okay.
Ivanka Trump had an Orthodox conversion, as you know. She's
really?
Jewish, yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so, you know, the kids, the grandchildren are Jewish.
Yeah.
And then the other son also married a Jewish girl. Did you know that?
Yes.
Oh, yes. And you know, on the Clinton side, they also have, you know, a Jewish husband.
Yeah, they're Jewish. Yeah,
Isn't that
Jewish
amazing?
Husband. That's right.
So
yeah.
I guess there's some good things about being Jewish. Everyone wants to be Jews.
Well,
I don't know. But listen to this.
Okay.
So Ivanka comes out during the Republican convention in a dress.
Yeah.
That cost about $150. I don't know how much it was. And it's on her line. You know, she sells these things.
Yeah, okay.
So she made millions of dollars. Did you know that? Because they were sold out. This dress...
Was that the black and white dress?
No, it was a kind of a white one.
A white one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hillary's wearing a $12,500 jacket.
I know.
That nobody bought.
I see it all the time.
So who's smarter, Trump, right, or Hillary? Trump's making money on everything. They're Trump yarmulkes. I don't see any Hillary yarmulkes.
Yeah. Trump yarmulkes, Trump ties, Trump suits.
You name it.
Trump ties, Trump shirts. But where are they made?
Not here.
Not here.
He's not stupid.
I know, but he's in business.
Listen, I think, this is between you and me.
Okay.
I think he's in business with Putin.
You think so?
I do.
Well,
Putin is one of the wealthiest people in the world.
Yeah.
If you're a businessman, wouldn't you want to be in business with him?
Of course.
Now, if you want peace between Russia and America, and you're in business together and you're making money, that's a good way to have peace.
Yeah, providing you trust your partner.
So today...
Because sometimes the partner wants to make money on the other partner. And they don't want to work together.
So today Trump made a little bit of a mistake with regard to Putin and with regard to Russia, and saying, you know, he needs his advisors to straighten things out. So, you know, what Trump does is very smart. He sends out these messages every day. You know, so it doesn't matter what he said today, tomorrow he'll explain it with something else. It's like you need a Gemara to understand what he really said. Because he didn't say this, he said something else. And if you think he said this, it wasn't what he said.
So in other words, you're telling the audience that he's twisting it, they're twisting his words around.
Well, I think that politicians in general don't know how to speak the truth.
Yeah.
Now, I know I'm a rabbi.
Okay.
Do you know what the difference between a prostitute and a politician is?
What is it?
One makes an honest living, and it's not the politician. So all you politicians that want to call me now and call me all sorts of names, I'm used to it. I don't care. I'm retired. Call me whatever you want.
Wonderful, yeah.
Doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll vote for the prostitutes any day before I'll vote for the honesty of a lot of these politicians.
Wow.
Do you ever see them, when you ask them a question, they'll spend 20 minutes not answering it.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
They'll skirt it. They go round and round
That's
and round
right.
and round and round.
At least, you know, when the wife did the nude shots, she got played penny.
Yeah, yeah.
So, hey, you know,
yeah.
I just don't find anything wrong with her, except that she's gorgeous.
Yeah, but I really haven't seen her. But you know, but once again, I have to say that this was before he even knew her.
Yes, of course.
Many years before.
And by the way, don't forget, she plagiarized Mrs. Obama's speech. You remember that one?
Oh, yes, that's right.
And by the way, that speech was not written by her.
No.
So.
Yeah. So they got the speech from somebody else. They probably
who wrote it. That's right.
Who wrote it and gave it to them.
Yes.
And they didn't.
And today they found out that Hillary plagiarized somebody else.
Yeah.
So, no offense, I taught public speaking for 41 years. You know, they tell you should take the scripts and put it through this finder that tells you if someone plagiarized or not.
Yeah.
Everyone plagiarizes, everyone steals. Like Milton Berle said.
That's right.
You got it, I'll steal it. So they stole it. Big deal.
Yeah, but they can't make money on the jokes.
That's right.
They could make on the songs. If you plagiarize a song, and if it's exactly 8 bars, exactly the same, and you have to pray that the person that you're suing made millions of dollars on a hit record, then that's how you make money.
Listen, anybody who wants to plagiarize me, be my guest. Just send me a check. It'd be great.
Oh my God! Well, what are your views? What's going to happen with this election? What do you think is going to happen?
I think it's going to get more horrible every day.
Yeah.
This is the best boxing match in years.
Yeah, we've never seen anything like this.
This is great.
I've never.
This is great. It really is. If you're interested, you know, we don't have a great boxing anymore with the heavyweights.
That's
you
right.
know, you used to be able to sit down. It was great. Knock the hell out of this guy. Cut him out with his face bloodied. Now you got these two. And really, if you're into it, you enjoy this.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
now it's going to be a bunch of lies, I promise.
Well, that's on the Clinton side.
Well,
the Clinton side, they're going to say this is a bunch of lies, everything else, and she's going to try to sword fight, you know, defense with him, and I in my opinion, I think she's going to make up a lot of things because I think that he has the proof, the evidence of what's going on, what Clinton did in the past, and you know, and especially with the emails, the emails, you know, when the FBI guy he only saw the good things. They never showed the bad things. And in my opinion, I think there was some kind of a deal there, because Obama probably said, "Listen, I'm going to fire you, or I'm going to do something to you if you don't give her a clearance."
Well,
because he's going to exonerate her anyways.
I want you to think logically about this.
Okay.
Former President of the United States, by accident, happens to be on the same airport next to the plane of the person who's going to decide all this by accident.
Yeah.
And it happens,
that's right. By accident. That's right.
Happens to visit her for some coffee and cake and cholent and challah.
It was a setup.
It was a setup.
Of
Come
course.
on. How stupid can the public be?
That's right. That's right. A complete setup. Absolutely.
Complete setup.
That's right. And he had to go there and he had to, tell him, look, it's either this way or no way.
Somebody was promised a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to mention our governor.
All right.
You know, Christie, you know, he's from New Jersey.
I'm well aware of Christie.
Yes.
And, when they had that big storm, when the storm knocked out all of New Jersey and everything, you know what he did? I have to get this in, okay? He paid himself $25 million for an advertisement and everything else. Okay, we could have shot it right here at M&N. I could have done the whole thing for $5,000 for him. He paid himself $25,000, and the law firms that he hired, one came in at $800,000, one came in at $1 million. Don't you think he took the law firm for $1 million? All right. So I mean, he had to get kickbacks there. So I mean, and all that money, I mean, he took from the people that the money should have gone to the people to fix the homes and fix everything.
So since I'm on your show,
okay,
my message to him is,
okay,
get rid of the inheritance tax, please.
Okay.
Okay, because we'd like to leave our children a few pennies.
Yeah.
You have to fix our roads.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know about the 23-cent gas increase, but it's better than an increase on our homes. And the taxes are quite a bit in New Jersey.
Yeah, well, that was long coming to the 23 cents.
So that's okay with me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the weight that he lost, he must have found, because it seems to be back.
Yeah.
And he can't quite decide what office he wants Trump to give him. But I'm sure we're going to hear about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, everybody that supports Trump wants to get a job.
Yes.
I mean, providing Trump gets in.
Yes.
And the same thing with Clinton. But Clinton right now is in my opinion, she's paying off everybody and it's sending a lot of money, trying to do a lot of things, and the election may be rigged. It may be a complete setup.
Well, look at Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Now, Bernie Sanders today,
he lost before he even got started.
But he just woke up to the fact that he's Jewish. Up until now, he was a socialist. He wasn't Jewish. All of a sudden now he's Jewish because of the Muslim couple.
Yeah.
Now he's become Jewish. All of a sudden he remembers that his father had relatives that died in the Holocaust. All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Good morning, Bernie.
Yeah.
And we kept saying that the whole thing was rigged. You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was all rigged.
Completely rigged. From
all against him at the very beginning. He never
Nope.
stood a chance.
Nope.
And then Obama called him in. He had a private conference with him, and then he twisted him around. He probably threatened him or allegedly threatened him. He probably did something to turn him around to change his face around, which really disturbed me. Because they had little differences. Clinton and Bernie had differences. Then all of a sudden he went ahead like a puppy dog and he says, "Well, you got to vote for her." And I didn't like that at all.
Did you notice that the foundation, Clinton Foundation, was never mentioned?
Oh,
amazing!
That's where all the money is.
That's where the money is.
Yeah, plus the private corporations for the arms and the arms that they sell to the enemies and everything else. And we're running out of time. We have 1 minute left for the show. Rabbi, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you if they want to talk to you.
Well, you can reach me at chaimdove@aol.com.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed my presentation this evening.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to do another show with you.
Yeah,
and
good.
if you guys want a speaker that tells you the truth, here I am.
There you are. Okay, very good. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for watching Josie Ann's show, Persons of Interest, coming to you from the MNN TV studios in New York City. We're on every other Tuesday night at 6 p.m. on Fios, RCN, and Time Warner Cable. And of course, Josie Ann is in the control room right now, and she does all the sound work, and she does all the script that you see on the screen, and she does all the camera work, and she's working all by herself and does everything. She must have about 10 arms going all over the whole place. But you're gonna see a lot of wonderful shows coming up. Stay tuned for our show. Don't forget, every other Tuesday night on Fios, RCN, and Time Warner Cable at 6 p.m. Thank you very much for watching. Love and kisses to everybody. I'm Danny Darrow. So long. We'll see you next time. And we're out.
That's a wrap. That was a good show.